Imagine a world where death lurks around every corner, and every touch could be your last. The Black Death, one of the most terrifying catastrophes in human history. This horrific plague, which claimed the lives of millions in the Middle Ages, changed the world forever. Do you want to discover how one of the deadliest diseases in history devastated civilizations and left an indelible mark on our past? Then watch our video to the end and dive into the frightening yet captivating world of the Black Death. In the 14th century, the world faced an unprecedented calamity. Beginning in the steppes of Asia, the Black Death rapidly spread along trade routes, reaching Europe and decimating a third of the continent's population. The people of that time were utterly unprepared for such a disaster. Bubonic plague, as it was also known, was transmitted through flea bites that infested rats. Ships arriving in ports often brought not only goods, but also invisible killers. People afflicted by the plague suffered from terrible symptoms: sudden high fever, severe muscle pain, headaches, and, most ominously, painful black swellings, buboes, which gave the disease its grim name. Doctors of the time had no idea how to combat the disease. They wore masks with long beaks filled with herbs to protect themselves from poisoned air. These costumes became symbols of horror and helplessness in the face of the epidemic. Town after town, country after country, the plague spread, sparing no one, neither the rich nor the poor. Cemeteries overflowed, and bodies were often left to rot in the streets. One of the most well-known examples of the plague's impact was the fall of the Florentine Republic. Boccaccio, in his famous work The Decameron, describes how the residents of Florence tried to escape inevitable death by telling each other stories and fleeing the city. In Venice, special isolation wards, lazarettos, were built for the sick. The most famous was on the island of Lazaretto Vecchio, where thousands of sick people awaited their fate away from the city. But why was the Black Death so deadly? One reason was the lack of knowledge about germs and infections. People believed that the disease was sent by God as punishment for humanity's sins and tried to cure themselves through prayer and penance. The plague also spawned numerous myths and superstitions. People thought the disease spread through bad air and often burned incense and herbs to purify the air. Over time, as the plague subsided, the world was no longer the same. Europe's population was reduced by millions, leading to significant economic and social changes. Labor became scarce, and peasants began demanding better conditions and pay for their work. This marked the beginning of the end of feudalism and led to significant changes in the social structure of Europe. There was also increased interest in medicine and science. People began to think more about how to protect themselves from such catastrophes in the future, ultimately leading to advances in medicine. Even today, we can see traces of the Black Death in modern culture. For example, the famous nursery rhyme "Ring-a-ring-o' roses" is thought to be connected to the plague, although this is a matter of debate. The Black Death left an indelible mark on human history. It changed not only the demographics and economy, but also people's worldview, their approach to life and death. The pandemic showed how vulnerable humanity is to invisible threats and how important science and medicine are in combating such catastrophes. Modern epidemics, such as the Spanish flu, HIV, and COVID-19, remind us of those distant times and teach us how crucial it is to be prepared for new challenges. Today, we know much more about germs and infections than people did in the Middle Ages, but the Black Death continues to serve as a grim reminder of how one epidemic can change the world. Thank you for watching to the end. If you enjoyed our story about the Black Death, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. We have many more interesting videos about the most mysterious and captivating events in history. Comment below on what topic interests you the most, and we will definitely cover it in the next video. And if we reach 5,000 likes, we'll prepare a special episode on the most mysterious disappearances of civilizations. See you soon on our channel.